Hey guys, it's Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm. We're going to talk today about interior design lighting. There are actually three, but we're going to make it four types of lighting that I want you to be concerned with. There is ambient, there is task, there is accent, and then there is natural lighting. Now, just in case you didn't know, um, a long time ago, no, I say it like that, I used to work in interior design, and a few years of my life, I've had a little business in interior design stuff. I've worked in interior design, and I even went to school in interior design. I took a bunch of classes and all that. So, going forward, I was on the phone yesterday with a friend, and we were talking about her new furniture purchases, her sofa and her carpet and all that stuff. And it's a good time to talk to you guys about interior design and in particular lighting. Now you may not know this, but a good chunk of your interior designers either learn on the job if they work at a furniture store. Depending on the furniture store, I worked at one place that had like a bunch of courses that I took that to get to better myself, and then I also had other things that I read, and I had stacks of books and school stuff and all that stuff in interior design because I wanted to be the best interior designer I could be. And so I would draw out people's rooms and tell them how to place their furniture and all that kind of stuff. With that being said, if you are going to remodel your home or do anything for your home, the purpose of our channel is to teach you life skills. And so I'm saying that to say you can teach yourself to be your own interior designer. It's not that hard, and you're going to make things for your space. So, lighting today. After this video, I hope that you take a good look around your house and get some ideas. So, ambulance lighting is the lighting that would say be like the main light in your room. Then you'd have your task lighting, which would be like, say, if you have a workspace. And your natural lighting would be your sun light. And your ambient light would be like, say you had a picture or something like that that you wanted to like just show it off and that type of thing. And sometimes you layer lighting to make the whole room look nice. The main function that I have always stressed in interior design, in any design that I produced, was this: if it is not useful, it's useless. So say you design a beautiful room and the lighting is wrong, people can't see in the room, it's not bright enough or doesn't look right, you basically failed at the project, okay? So walk around your house, look where you need your lighting, and so example, like maybe in the bathroom, you might want a little brighter for your makeup and your shaving than in, say, the bedroom, where you might want it to be a little softer. Go to like big box stores and look at their lighting. Make your space your space. You don't have to be like everybody else. Make it work for you. If it doesn't work for you, then what good is that? You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be like the perfect design or anything like that. It has to be what you love. So when you're doing your lighting, you can say, I just love, like me, I have this one spot I like to sit and I like to crochet. So I put a big bright light there. Is it wrong? Probably. It's probably way too bright for that space. But you know what? I don't like to work in the dark. And yes, it is task lighting, I guess, but it's pretty bright. And some people might say, well, that's too bright, but it works for me. And then some of my lighting, I feel like in my kitchen, it was too dark in some spots. So I added lighting. It wasn't the perfect lighting. It wasn't like designer friendly as far as it didn't look perfect and stuff. But until I can afford better, it's work. So I put like a light really high to light up the whole room. The main light in the room was really dim. So I want to take out that light and put a different one in there, which we already bought the lights. Clay has to put those lights in to make the whole room brighter. And then I have track lighting, which just by moving that track lighting around made the whole room brighter. Sometimes if you have track lighting or certain lights, if you just move them like higher, can make the room brighter and light up the whole room, or lower if it's too bright. You know, little things like that. And, you know, experiment with your lighting. Look at stuff, you know, can I work here? Like I said, my workspace, it's like a task light, but I wanted it brighter. Can I work here? Is it too dark? Is it too bright? Is it bothering my eyes? Clay likes a little bit more darker on his side of the room where he sits with the television at night. So he doesn't have any task lighting at all. He just uses the natural light, or the natural light from the sun, or the light from the main fixture in the room. But, you know, today's video is pretty much about lighting and getting yourself to be your own interior designer. You don't have to pay big bucks. A lot of times I'll see people go to a spot, they'll have somebody design their room because they got hired to work there, and they don't know any more than you do. And you could be doing your room yourself. Now, if you have a big project and you want to pay, like say you're a company, well, you might go to an interior design firm, look through their pictures, look and see what their style is, what they're offering, maybe what companies they're working with to buy their furniture, because a lot of times they'll have deals with companies. Sometimes if they're buying a lot of stuff, sometimes they might even have somebody on their staff, because we're talking about lighting, that all they do is lighting. And this can also work if you're a YouTuber. Like, you are a YouTuber, and maybe there's a certain spot in your house that you choose to do all your videos at, where you're going to want to make sure that the lighting in that room is right and things like that, so it works for you. So that's just to kind of get you started with lighting. It's a whole big science and things, and there's always new light bulbs coming out, new technology coming out. There's push buttons and smart lighting and smart light bulbs and colored lighting, and there's so much. But just, it's a life skill you should learn, to design your own spot, so that even if you are talking to a professional, you'll be able to say, I want a traditional room, I want a, you know, laid back room, I want a, you know, whatever room, or I want my room to feel heavy and light, and you'll know how to put your stuff together, so you don't have to pay the big bucks, and you can go in and, you know, kind of cut to the chase and pick what you want, so that you know what fits to that space. Because it's just like cutting your hair. I'll put it this way. The first time you go out to a hairdresser, she might not do your hair the way you like it. But after, say you have the same hairdresser for 20 years, after a while she knows exactly how to do your hair. Well, the same way with interior design. People meet these people in interior design, and they might, you know, they just met you. It's not necessarily their fault, but, you know, through the process, they try to find out as much about you. Like, where do you work? What do you do? Do you work from home? Because they want to know, do you sit in that chair all day long? Do you sleep in that chair? You know, they try to find out all about you so that they can fit the room together that you want. I remember one time I got really laughing. I had a guy come in. He wanted like a whole chair all around him, just with, this was like, I think when computers and stuff, like the internet and stuff was kind of out there. He wanted to get, like, be able to sit in his recliner and have like computer stuff all the way around him. We didn't have anything like that. He would have had to probably have that belt or whatever. But, you know, there's people with unique situations. So even in your lighting, because like I said, we're talking about lighting today, you know, when you do unique custom-made projects, because maybe you're a builder and you're going to build stuff, you know, think about the lighting that you're going to use for that project. Just get yourself, you know, with all the things that you do, like I said, this is a life skill, to learn how to do as much as you can your own designing, your own thing, so that it's right for you. And yes, people can pick their own styles and stuff, but there are some things, example, that designers do know, like, example, things should be usable. So, example, if I was to design your living room, and you told me, I do parties all the time, we would try to put, like, occasional chairs around and have a table near each of those chairs, so that somebody could, maybe they could lay a cup down or a snack plate, you know, little things like that, your interior designers will know, and that they'll be able to tell you, so that you don't design a whole room and then you're like, oh my goodness, this isn't going to work because I can't lay food down or TV, or I always sit in this chair all the time, but I don't like sitting in this room because I can't see the light and that type of thing, or the, all those things. But anyway, it's a lifetime study. So like I said, just like cutting your hair, you live in your house every day, treat your house with love and decorate it with love and make it your space and try to get everything just right. Fill your house with precious things so that it's just right for you. Right now, as I'm getting older, I'm tired of all the knick-knack, paddywhack kind of things. And, excuse me, couldn't catch my breath there. And so, what I'm interested in is houseplants. So, I'm trying to design each of my rooms as I'm working through my house, because we're kind of redecorating, so that I can have a space for all my houseplants. I thought a lot about it. I've loved houseplants for years and years and years. So I'm trying to think, okay, this works for this room, this works for this room. I can kind of, when I'm cleaning, I can move my plants around. And maybe somebody else doesn't like that look. They might be like, Ruthie, that's crazy. I would hate that. But to me, I love it, and that's what's for me. Somebody else might love something else. You've got to make your space work for you. And the more unique it is, the better it is. It doesn't have to be a home and gardens room. I mean, those are okay if that's what you love. But if you love, like I said, maybe you love Star Wars stuff and you want to somehow incorporate that into your home. Maybe you want to do a black carpet into a white room. Have strategically placed, very small, I'll say this as a woman, little figurine. Maybe a nice print, but so it looks tasteful. Maybe you want to go the Art Deco style with your house, versus the country, but, it's a process. And so, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this today. I hope it got you thinking. I like to do these little videos, so like I said, teaching you life lessons to help you in life so you can do better and better. And if you are somebody that totally loves home decorating, interior design, you can either go to school or go get a course. And a lot of people just take a course and then they start getting clients, and they, maybe they might work for a furniture store for something for a little bit, and then they'll start getting clients, and and then they start their business that way. But that's a little tip in case that is a real passion of yours. Okay guys, remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm. God bless.